Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Shekalim Perek Gimel Mishnah Daled. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss the order of collecting the money. So Hanabam is an interesting perush over here, and I tried to demonstrate it with some pictures coming up. So let's jump into it. Right. So he would take the biktavlayot. Right. He would take the collect from the first barrel, and he would cover it with a cover, right, with like a handkerchief. השנייה בחיקפה בכתבליות, והשלישית לא היה מחפה. Right, so the second one he would cover with a handkerchief, and the third one he wouldn't cover. So what does this mean? So if you look at this picture over here, again, remember, each one had an aleph, bet, and gimal. The small baskets would have aleph, bet, and gimal, and they would pull up from these bigger, let's call them barrels. Now, I marked off the barrels 1, 2, and 3, even though they didn't have any numbers on them, but these bigger barrels, each one had 9 se'ah in there, and they would go ahead and take, let's say, the aleph, and they would pull from the first barrel and then cover it with a handkerchief. They would take the bet, pull it from the second barrel, and cover it with a handkerchief, and the third one, they would pull from the gimal, they would pull from the third barrel, right? And they would not cover it with a handkerchief. Why? Because next time they start collecting, they're going to start collecting from number 3. What does that mean? The next time they start collecting, they're going to go ahead and aleph is going to take from 3, and then bet is going to go take from 1, and gimal is going to take from number 2. Right? So they're going to, again, aleph is going to take from 3, cover it. Bet's going to take from 1, cover it. And then Gimal is going to take from number 2. And he's not going to cover it. Why? So we start from number 2 next time. And when we start from number 2 next time, Aleph again is going to take from number 2. Bet is going to take from number 3. And Gimal now is going to take from number 1. So it's interesting because Aleph, Bet, and Gimal all ended up taking at some point from one of the other barrels. Right? So if each barrel, remember, has 9 se'ah in it, and all these smaller baskets have 3 se'ah, so each time we're unloading a third of the barrel, and each time we're unloading a third of the barrel is going to be to a different basket. Now, what's the benefit over here? Because Aleph, Bet, and Gimal, right, represent different parts of the nation, right, of when they're bringing, different represents different parts of the nation, and we want everyone taking from everywhere. Right? Because we want everyone, all of Am Yisrael represented. So that's the Mishnah, how it continues. Why didn't he cover the third one? Right? Each time he doesn't cover the third one. Because he may forget and collect from what was already collected. He may go ahead, if he covered that one also, he may go ahead and pull Aleph from number 1 again. And we don't want him to do that. We want him to pull now Aleph from the third barrel or a different barrel. Right? We don't want him to keep on pulling from the same barrel each time. That's the way Hanabam explains this Mishnah. Now, Tarami to Rishona, L'Shem Eretz Yisrael, right? When he takes the first, Aleph, he takes it, that's for Eretz Yisrael. That's to cover the people of Eretz Yisrael. That's who he would intend to cover. Ve'ashiniya, L'Shem Akrachim U'Kafimla. The second bet, right, when he took it, he would cover the cities that were nearby, around it. The third one to cover the further cities, Madai, Bavel, right? All these other further cities who took longer for the Machatzita Shekel to reach. And as remembered, he would mitkaven, the Torem would have kavanah to cover everyone, ala gavui, v'latili gabot, right? The ones that were collected and the ones that would be future collected. And this way, he's pulling, again, 3 baskets from each time from a different barrel. And this really sums up and really, gathers and covers all of Am Yisrael in their collections.